Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another live Manchester United news and transfer news show tonight. We've got lots and lots to talk about, and news just broke now, and as you can see on the screen 36 seconds ago, if you actually can look at the full screen here, that Jesse Lingard has joined Nottingham Forest as a free agent. So West Ham fans might be a little bit upset with that. I am very, very shocked by that. I'm surprised that he would have chosen Nottingham Forest over the likes of West Ham. I know he had offers in America. I thought he would do a little bit better than Nottingham Forest. No disrespect to Nottingham Forest, but maybe he wants to, I don't know, be the main man. We'll probably see what the reason is behind that. Or maybe he wants to still stay in the Manchester, Cheshire area because he's got a baby. He wants to be nearby. But we've got lots to talk about in today's video. I want to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo situation, and ERIK ten Hag reportedly kind of getting fed up with Cristiano Ronaldo, guys, and that ERIK ten Hag is actually starting to want Ronaldo out. Ronaldo cannot find a move, but maybe ten Hag even wants Ronaldo to go now because he thinks that his stance of not wanting to be here and not coming to training and not going on pre-season tour could affect the mood of the Manchester United squad. And could that be the end of Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United, with ten Hag getting annoyed with his attitude? We're also going to talk about Memphis Depay to Manchester United. Gerard Romero, who's a tier one, top tier Barcelona journalist, has said that Manchester United are interested in re-signing Memphis Depay, and this is coming out from one of the most reliable journalists from Barcelona, which is massive. And that we've actually opened talks, according to Rob. I can't remember. I'll check with the journalist. It's not Rob Dawson. It's the other one. We've actually opened talks with Barcelona about signing Depay, and it could be a Depay De Jong double deal. There are reports that Barcelona are going to activate the third lever, but that does not change the De Jong stance because it's about wages, not about money. But also Manchester United are preparing their first official bid for Antony, and with reports coming out today that ten Hag is ready to cut ties with Ronaldo. Ten Hag is ready to get rid of Ronaldo this summer. Maybe Man United are finally going to do some progress on Antony and Depay. I think that Ronaldo is holding up Manchester United's transfer window. I think he is causing problems in that regard, that he is holding up our transfer window, and that maybe Manchester United and ten Hag kind of want Ronaldo gone. There are rumours of him going to Atletico Madrid, and maybe this is why this big Depay news and big Antony news has come out of nowhere. Also, Harry Maguire leaving Manchester United in 2023, along with Thread, is a report coming out about ten Hag's long-term plan to get rid of Maguire next summer, which we will discuss. But first of all, please do hit that like button. Of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new, and share the video. The fee is being quoted at around 20 million for Memphis Depay. And what I want to do is, because you guys really enjoyed the live stream yesterday where I put some polls in the chat, so I'm going to do a poll. Depay to Man United, yes or no? So I'm going to put a poll in the chat, and I'm going to ask you guys, do you want Depay at United or not as well? Swap deal, Rashford for Antony. I think Rashford's looking quite good, and I think people don't like Rashford, but why would you swap Rashford for Antony? Because, we're going to need Rashford next season. Rashford, Martial and Sancho is our front three. I don't know what's going to happen with Ronaldo. So the way I see it is Rashford, Martial, Sancho front three. We don't know what's happening with Ronaldo. If something happens to Rashford, we go into Elanga, we go into the two youth players. We've got no depth. You want to keep Rashford, you want to get Antony in, and you want to get Depay in, or you keep Ronaldo and don't go for Depay. Now, I think the fact that Manchester United are now pursuing Memphis Depay reportedly could be hints that it seems that Ronaldo could be leaving, and Ronaldo's future could be up at Manchester United as well. Just that Ronaldo remains in Sporting and awaits Mendes news. Yes, Ronaldo seems to want to be staying at Sporting Lisbon. It doesn't seem like he's going to return to Manchester United training, and I think that's such a shame if he's actually refusing to return to training. At the end of the day, you can train with us, you can be involved at the start of the season and get your move, but it seems like he doesn't even want to come back to Manchester United, which I particularly think is a shame. Ronaldo goes, we bring Antony, another striker. Hopefully that's the case. So what I will do is I'm going to share my screen with you guys now. Lingard has obviously gone off to Nottingham Forest. Not that really anybody cares, but that's just news that's come right in. Let me get into the news. So here it is. I'll go on to Centre Devils. I'm going to count this. So they've basically said, and I'm going to read it out for you now. And as you can see, this is the first tweet. Cristiano Ronaldo remains in Lisbon and is awaiting instructions from his agent, George Mendes. It was also said, and it's not on this account, but it was also said, and I'll find where it is. This is the interesting one. This is what I wanted to get up and show you guys, is that ERIK ten Hag will not tolerate Cristiano Ronaldo's current stance, and Manchester United are ready to sell Ronaldo if he affects the camp. Now, I'm still not 100% sure on Depay to United. The Depay to Man United rumours are quite new. it's an easy rumour to kind of make up, with the Dutch link with Depay needing to leave Barcelona and Man United needing the centre forward for a reasonable value. I don't know if Man United would go in for Depay again, because he did fail at Manchester United the first time. However, the journalist reporting Depay to Man United is Gerard Romero, who's a very good journalist. Also, the fact that there's lots of reports about Ronaldo not coming back to Manchester United, lots of reports that ERIK apparently has changed his mindset and it no longer has Ronaldo in his plans, and the fact that the Antony to Manchester United news has really heated up the last few days. 4 or 5 days ago, I was saying no chance Antony is coming to Man United. But the more and more stuff happens, the Antony to Manchester United news is really heating up. The Depay to United news is heating up, and it's all correlating with the news that, Ten Hag doesn't want Ronaldo back and all of that. And, could this be a kind of link? I think with Memphis Depay to United are holding talks with Barcelona for Memphis Depay. I think there's an interest in Memphis Depay from Man United. I don't know how I feel about Memphis Depay personally myself. I do really like Depay as a player, but Depay gives me Jesse Lingard vibes. I just think he's a player where if he's at a club like Lyon, at a club like West Ham, he's going to excel and be brilliant. I think Depay for Man United is not going to be that player, and he never has been. He's a bit of a social media guy. I don't know where his focus is at. He's kind of cool. He's like, he does all his media stuff out of football. And I don't know if I think that's what United are trying to get away from with Depay. I'm not going to say no to Depay. Look how thin our attack is. He can play centre forward. He can play on the left. But at the end of the day, my stance on Depay is if ERIK wants him, let's go for him. If ERIK doesn't want him, let's not. But people, make sure you vote in the poll. Do you want Depay or not? He would be 20 million. And as Daniel said, it is a deal that does kind of make sense as well. And people saying Depay is a fake player and nobody wants Ronaldo at this point. It's embarrassing. When people were saying nobody wants Ronaldo, it's just like it's Messi FC. But right now, it actually seems that no one wants Cristiano Ronaldo. And that is really a shame for Ronaldo. And that is really embarrassing. I think he's 37 and he's a very hard player to fit into his system. I think the teams that would take Ronaldo are obviously Atletico Madrid, who's obviously been strongly linked with. But, the other team, Bayern Munich, I think Ronaldo will go to, but they don't seem to want him. I feel like Bayern Munich could change their stance. I think Atletico Madrid would generally take Cristiano Ronaldo, but it depends on the financial situation. But I don't know if Ronaldo would even go to Atletico Madrid. Is he that desperate to get out of Man United to play Champions League football? Or is he trying to play Atletico Madrid to see if he can actually get the club he wants to go to, Real Madrid, to make way? But no one really wants Ronaldo. So we might be in a bad situation next season. Now, look, I like Ronaldo. I'll happily keep Ronaldo. And if Ten Hag wants Ronaldo to stay, I want Ronaldo to stay. I think we're going to need Ronaldo next season. But what's negative about this is it's very clear Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United. Ronaldo's not joining up on pre-season. He's not training with the Manchester United side. He seems to be doing his own thing. His agent is going around left, right and centre trying to find him a way to leave. It's very obvious that Cristiano Ronaldo is absolutely desperate to get out of Manchester United. And that's really sad. And it's very obvious he doesn't want to be here. And I think Ten Hag is not going to say that publicly. But I think if that is the case, I think Ten Hag might be getting fed up, because Ronaldo stalls all our transfer plans. Antony, Depay, if he is in the plans, that's all stalled by Cristiano Ronaldo, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're going to have that money available. We don't know if we're going to need to invest in that position. I think we do, even if he stays. It's a frustrating situation, because it's like we have ideas, but we can't do anything until we know if he's going to stay or go. And we know he wants to go, but he can't find a move. And now he wants to go. And, and Ten Hag maybe starting to plan without him. If he has to stay, then that puts a bad dampening on the squad. If he has to stay and, he dislodges Martial that's been playing well, then all of a sudden Martial's confidence will go and maybe Martial will be unhappy. And, if Ronaldo stays when it's clear he wants to go, it's going to cause a lot of negative effects. You cannot keep a player here that wants to go. But the question is, where will Ronaldo go? Does anyone want him? And that's a genuine thing as well. I think Ronaldo has to make a stand by the end of the week, whether he's staying or leaving. I think his stand is he's leaving, but it's about finding a move as well. And Romero is a Barcelona agent just pushing the Depay news to Man United, but he gets legit news from Manchester United. But it is funny that every Dutch player is linked to United. It does look like lazy journalists as well. West Ham fans on Jesse Lingard leaving Nottingham Forest. I don't know why you choose Forest over West Ham. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. Depay to Newcastle. I could see Depay going to Newcastle. Depay for Ronaldo. I know. It's a massive downgrade. I could see Depay going to Newcastle, but look, talking of Memphis Depay, should I show you what's been said on Memphis Depay? So the first bit of news we got in on Memphis Depay was this: that Manchester United are speaking to Barcelona about signing Memphis Depay. Manchester United are currently in talks with Barcelona over signing Memphis Depay. Now, is Depay better than Ronaldo? No. Is Depay a downgrade on Ronaldo? Yes. Is Depay a player that I want? I don't mind him. 20 million, I'm not going to complain. We need the depth in that area. Would I go back there myself? Personally not. If Ten Hag wants Depay, I will take him. But I'm going to show you a few things about Memphis Depay. I'm going to get something up on my screen that I think is going to be really interesting for you guys to see. But make sure you vote in the poll. Sunil's just put in the chat Benjamin Pavard. Yes, Benjamin Pavard to Manchester United is a story I'm about to get into. So make sure you stay tuned for the Benjamin Pavard to Manchester United news as well. But we have been linked to Pavard, and I will get that in just a second. But this is obviously the Manchester United. This is obviously Memphis Depay's stats on the screen here. And as you can see, Memphis Depay, should I make that a little bit smaller? Can you see that? No, I'll make that. As you can see here, Memphis Depay got 12 goals and 2 assists in 28 La Liga matches last season. But if we get more depth into Memphis Depay's stats and actually go onto transfer market and look at his more in-depth stats, we'll look at obviously Memphis Depay. That's Memphis Depay overall last season. Where did Memphis Depay play? Well, first of all, I'm going to zoom this in to make it a bit bigger. So we can see that Memphis Depay overall last season got 13 goals and 2 assists in 2,476 minutes. He got 15 goal contributions in 37 games last season is what Memphis Depay got. But obviously, if I go into his detailed stats here, as you can see, we look at his detailed stats of last season. Memphis Depay obviously was subbed on in 10 of those games and subbed off in 7. So it's 37 minus 10 is 27. He got 15 goals and assists in 27 starts last season, which is decent statistics. Nothing crazy, but decent statistics. And you can see he's played as a mixture of centre forward and left wing. If we look at his La Liga stats, he started as a centre forward, went left wing for a couple of games, but mostly played as a centre forward. And if we actually go to sort of his overview, and if we look at the overview of Depay as a player, he has majority played as a centre forward. He's played 23 games last season as centre forward, 11 on the left and 2 on the right hand side. And as a centre forward, he got 11 goal contributions in 23 games, but as a winger, he only got 4 goal contributions in 11 games. So obviously Memphis Depay would come into Manchester United, and I believe if he did come to Manchester United, he would probably play as a centre forward and in that kind of role. I don't know if this is going to happen or not. I mean, if we want to look at Memphis Depay in general, this was obviously him in Ligue 1 last season, and he did thrive in Ligue 1. He got 22 goals and 12 assists in 40 Ligue 1 games last season, which is absolutely mad. And if you look at the detailed statistics as well, once this loads, you can see that obviously he started 36 games, and in 36 games he got 34 goal contributions in Ligue 1 last season. Obviously Ligue 1 very different to the Premier League, and Memphis Depay is still only 28 years of age. He's still got a few years left in him. I think £20 million isn't too bad. 34 goal contributions in 36 games. I do know it's Ligue 1, and obviously majoritively again at playing as a centre forward. As a centre forward in the season in Ligue 1, he got 12 goals and 12 assists in 29 games, which is 24 goal contributions, which is decent stats. But 28 people saying too old and all of that, and honestly, I do agree. We are going to get to the Antony news. We are going to get into the Benjamin Pavard news in just a second. So let me stop my screen now and let me go and tell you about Benjamin Pavard. So if you're watching right now and you don't really know what's going on with Manchester United, is that Man United are interested in signing a right back. We did it 100 likes. Let's go for 300 likes to smash that like button. But Manchester United, of course, want to sign a right back this window. And obviously we've been linked to a few right backs. We got linked to that Lens right back, Klaus, who I don't think we're going to go for. Thank God, because honestly, he's not good enough for Manchester United. We've been linked to Denzel Dumfries, who I believe is Ten Hag's first choice. But obviously now we are being linked to the likes of Benjamin Pavard. I will try and find the Pavard. Shall I find the Pavard news? Pavard. I did spell that right, yes. So here it is. Here's the Benjamin Pavard news. It was said by, this is a good source, by the way. Loic Tanzi is a good source of information. He's known for being a decent journalist. And he's come out and said that Manchester United are among teams who have Benjamin Pavard on the defensive shortlist. He is mulling over his future, and Bayern Munich have indicated that the final decision on the transfer, should they interest in the player, happen. So Pavard to Manchester United. Now, I remember, and I think a lot of you guys will probably feel the same about Benjamin Pavard. When I think of Benjamin Pavard, I think of that fucking brilliant goal he scored, I think, versus Argentina in the World Cup. I believe Benjamin Pavard can play right back and centre back. And what we know about Ten Hag is he likes a really versatile player. And what you get with Benjamin Pavard is he's 26 years of age. He's pretty young. He's played for France. He's played for Bayern Munich. He's a very experienced player. He's still in the prime of his career at 26. But, you know, I did a review video on Frankie de Jong and exactly why Erik ten Hag took a loving to Frankie de Jong when he was at Ajax. And one thing Erik ten Hag loves in a player is a player that is super versatile. And that's what you get with Benjamin Pavard. He's played 124 games as a right back in his career. He's played 87 games as a centre back in his career. He's even played 5 games as a left back. He's played 7 games as a DM. He's played 3 games as a centre mid, and he's actually played 4 games as a right midfielder. So although he's mostly played centre back and right back, and right back is his preferred position, he can fill in at centre back if needed, and he can also play in the midfield. And he's a very versatile player, which I think is why Ten Hag would take a liking to Benjamin Pavard. And honestly, guys, I wouldn't be completely shocked if we went for Benjamin Pavard. I know that obviously Denzel Dumfries is Manchester United's first choice, and I don't know what Bayern Munich would be like at selling Benjamin Pavard, but I do think he's a player that I can see United going for and Ten Hag taking an absolute liking to. Guys, if you haven't already, Benjamin. I know I cannot pronounce names. I do apologize. Guys, if you have not already, please do smash that like button. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. I've got another question for you guys. Guys, do you want to do another poll? That's not even a question. I'm going to put another poll in the chat. So quickly go and vote if you want to see Depay at Man United or not, because I'm about to close that poll. 55% of people watching said they do not want Depay. 45% of people watching said they do want Depay. So more of you don't want Depay than do want Depay. But I'm going to ask you about Benjamin Pavard. I'm interested to see Benjamin Pavard to Man United. Come and vote in this next poll, guys. Do you want to see Benjamin Pavard to Man United? A lot of people voting no. Let me know in the chat why you voted no to Depay. And let me know if you'd want to see Benjamin Pavard at Manchester United. And if you say no, let me know why in the chat as well. Alice, what Pavard for Ronaldo? Bish, bash, bosh. You know what? If Ronaldo desperately wants to leave, which I think he does, I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't think that would be a bad deal. Look, honestly, Ronaldo wants to leave. I hate keeping a player at the club that doesn't want to be here. I think with the problems we've had in the dressing room, with the problems we've had in the dressing room environment and toxicity, I don't want to be keeping anyone here that obviously doesn't want to be here. I think Ten Hag is building something good, and I don't want Ronaldo to disrupt that. Now, I don't think Ronaldo was one of the players causing problems last season. I think Ronaldo was one of our better players last season, and I would love Ronaldo to stay at United and be involved next season. I really do. But if Ronaldo doesn't want to be here, you sell him. If Bayern Munich want Ronaldo, that's the question, probably not. Would Ronaldo and Pavard swap be an okay deal? No and yes. If you get Pavard, I actually think it's a decent signing. I do. But if you get rid of Ronaldo, you need to get Scamacca. You need to get a striker, because Martial's the only striker at United. He cannot play every game. He's not going to be fit enough to play every game. You don't know what you're going to get from Martial. Hopefully, we'll get the Martial we've seen in pre-season, but absolutely as well. I actually do want to, for you guys voting in the Benjamin Pavard poll, I actually want to show you I want to show you Benjamin Pavard's stats. So I'll show you what I like Benjamin Pavard. So he's 26. So this is Benjamin Pavard's stats. He's a right back. He's French. He's 26 and he's at Bayern Munich. Now, Benjamin Pavard, as you can see here, 124 games as a right back, 87 games as a centre back. He can play centre back, but he does mostly play as a right back. Now, last season, Benjamin Pavard played, I think, mostly as a right back for Bayern Munich. He played 21 games as a right back, but he still played 13 games as a centre back. And, you know, Bayern Munich were a very, very good side, and he played 36 games for Bayern Munich last season, considering that the Bundesliga has less games than the Prem as well. He's got a decent injury record. He had a little injury at the start of the season, but as you can see, I have no issue with Pavard, 26 in his prime, plays for Bayern Munich, and obviously he can play right back. That will be healthy competition for Diego Dalot. I've been really impressed of what we've seen from Diego Dalot this season, but I think we do need to get rid of Wan-Bissaka and maybe bring Pavard in. Depay and Tony, how the mighty have fallen. Did you see Saliba? He'll be the best defender this season. Thank you very much, Sane, for the super chat. I do rate William Saliba, and I am very jealous that you've got William Saliba. I think he is a very, very good player, William Saliba. But you know what? Depay and Tony, we might be linked to them. I don't know if we'll get them. We'll have to wait and see. I do think you make a point, Zane. But remember, Man United are going to finish above Arsenal next season, no matter who we sign. Just remember that, Zane, as well. But yeah, let me show you some more stuff. So that is Benjamin Pavard's that's Benjamin Pavard's fucking stats. But big up Zane for the trooper sat. What is Alice on about? Let me show you. Is this what I want to show you? This is obviously the Pavard news for everybody joining as well. But honestly, no to Depay is a former United reject. He is. The thing I don't like about Depay is that he's a former United reject. We're literally bringing back a player that rejected us. And the idea of that, yeah, I don't like the idea of bringing back a reject as well. But Ronaldo, 10 million plus Pavard. I don't think Pavard would cost us more. I think Pavard would be a £15 million signing. I don't think Pavard would be a bit expensive player as well. No offense, mate, but Pavard is defensive-minded right back, and you wouldn't mind Wan-Bissaka 2.0. Look, my thoughts on Pavard is generally, if Ten Hag wants Pavard, or Pavard, as I can't pronounce it, if Ten Hag wants him, I'll have him. But if Ten Hag doesn't want him, I'm not in the slightest bothered about it. Not in the slightest. I think Denzel Dumfries is who Ten Hag wants, but, you know, if he wants Pavard, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, you know, but if he wants him, he wants him. That is the situation. Would you guys, I'm doing another poll. I'm really enjoying these polls. Go vote on the poll. Go vote on the poll right now. Also, Manchester United are preparing a first bid for Antony, which is coming out as well, which could indicate that Ronaldo is leaving. But I've got a question to you now. Let me end this poll. 67% of you say you want Pavard at Manchester. 68% of you say you want Pavard at United. Thank you very much for the super chat. Just De Jong or Antony and Tielemans. Pick one. De Jong. I'd pick De Jong. But we got 67% of you said that you would take Pavard, but only 45% of you said that you take Depay. I've got a question for you now. Okay. Next season. Antony in, Ronaldo out, or Ronaldo out, Ronaldo stays. No, Antony. My other question to you in the chat is, let me know down below in the chat, would you, if there's a poll there, have Antony in, but it means Ronaldo goes, or keep Ronaldo and Ronaldo stays, no Antony? Sane says, how can you finish higher? You lost 25 goals with Ronaldo. Saliba has come and we've got Jesus. All we have done is strengthen your defence. Zane, I can see why you think like that, Zane, and I do appreciate the super chats, but Erik Ten Hag is clear of Mikel Arteta. I believe it. I tell you this now, Zane, Erik Ten Hag is working wonders. That Man United side, if Ollie can get them to second, Ten Hag can get them to second. I tell you that. We've got Ten Hag, we've got Baldy, we've got Ten Hag, we've got Baldy. 50 million euros and Ethan Laird would be a good deal for Antony. There has been reports that Manchester United would use Ethan Laird to lower the price of Antony, and that Antony might only cost Manchester United £50 million. His price tag is being lowered. But guys, keep voting in the poll. Who are you staying with? Are you saying Ronaldo goes and let's bring in Antony? Or are you saying, actually, Ronaldo stays and fuck Antony? Because as Sane said, United are going to lose 25 goals with Ronaldo. What is your stance? Is it worth getting rid of Ronaldo or not? I think if Ronaldo wants to go, we let him go. But I still think you need to replace Ronaldo with a striker. I think Antony should come whether Ronaldo stays or goes. But I still think you need to replace Ronaldo with a striker as well. This is the other right back we were linked to here, as you've got on my screen here. So obviously we just spoke about Benjamin Pavard to Manchester United, but another right back / centre back United have been linked to is Nordi Mukiele, who was one of the names on Ralph Rangnick's list for Manchester United. Although there's been no fresh contact in recent weeks, PSG are in negotiations with RB Leipzig for him, while the player has an agreement with them on personal terms. So Fabrizio Romano is saying potential target Nordi Mukiele seems to be PSG bound as well, which maybe is why we're linked to Pavard now that we know one of our targets, Mukiele, is gone. Maybe because Denzel Dumfries might be out of the price range, because I look at it this way. If we're spending 70 million on De Jong and 60 million on Antony, Will we be able to spend 30 million on Dumfries? No. Whereas Benjamin Pavard could be 10 million. Maybe that's why we're linked to Benjamin Pavard as well. Lots of ways to look at it as well. Ten Hag's had it easy in the Dutch league. Arteta is the discipline of Pep. Arteta's just taking Pep's scraps. Arteta's doing Pep a favour. He's taking Pep's scraps, Zane. But big up for the super chat and saying, I cannot wait for Man United to play Arsenal. I'll tell you what, Zane. If Arsenal finish above us next season, I will make a video saying to Zane, you were right about everything. United are crap if Arsenal finish above us next season. But I think we'll get De Jong in. And if we get De Jong in, we'll finish above you. If we don't get De Jong in, I will be worried that I might have to do that video. But saying, remember this, United, I feel confident Ten Hag is going to get the best out of United next season. And we're going to have a good season. We need a DM more than a right back, mate. Leon, I agree with you. I actually do agree with you. I think DM should be one of Man United's priorities, exactly. And as Nick says, Ronaldo is still in Portugal awaiting instructions as me. It's tough for me to say Ronaldo out, but also say no to Antony. I think the ideal scenario is that Cristiano Ronaldo stays at Manchester United, but also we can manage to sign Antony. For me, that is the ideal scenario. But unfortunately, Manchester United are tight-ass bastards. So if we do lose, if we do keep Ronaldo, they say, "Oh, sorry, we can't afford Antony." Blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. I've got a question. We're doing another poll. Okay. Ideal next signings. I got a poll for you. Ideal next signings at Manchester United. Okay. I want you to tell me. I'm really enjoying doing these polls. Okay. Antony, right back, and De Jong. Antony and a right back, or Depay and De Jong. This is an interesting question. I've got an interesting question for you guys. The next poll is up, so make sure you follow in the polls. Would you rather sign Antony and a right back as the next two signings, or De Jong and Depay? Because that's a tough one, because I know everyone wants De Jong and I know everyone wants Antony. But let me know in the chat which ones you'd rather have. Sane with another super chat here. Oh, come on, Sane. What are you saying now? Let me go to it. It's not. Here we go. Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Party will have United for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Saying, I actually do rate all the players you've named. All right, I do think they're good players. But have you seen Sancho, Martial, and Rashford in pre-season? Imagine adding, an informed Donny, Frankie De Jong, potentially Antony. That our front three, Martial, Rashford, and Sancho, are balling. And I think they will outscore Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. Because I tell you what, Anthony Martial is back, baby. I believe this now. Anthony Martial was back as well. But let me know who you vote for. Because it's basically a question of would you get Antony or would you get De Jong in as well? But I do want to get into some other news, actually. I do want to get into a few interesting stories. So let me zoom out here. Let me go back to my homepage. Here. But I want to show you a few things that I found quite interesting that I saw on Twitter. So the first story, as I said earlier, ERIK Ten Hag kind of getting fed up with Cristiano Ronaldo, blah, 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 blah. But I was seeing some things on Twitter. Your girl was scrolling through Twitter. And she's obviously seen, I don't know if you saw this, but this is Martial. Oh, doing some lovely skill. And obviously Manchester United training very, very well. But this was what I wanted to show you here. There we go. Manchester United are planning a large sales push next year with Harry Maguire, Fred and Antony among those embraced to leave the club. Now, I look at this story and I go, well, I don't know if you can plan next season's sales without actually doing this season. I look at that and go, and people will go, oh, Maguire leaving, let's celebrate Maguire. Let's be honest, if Maguire, Martial and Fred are our three best players next season, they're not going to go. I think Ten Hag in the back of his mind, we're getting Martinez in, probably doesn't have Maguire in his plans long term. I think players like Maguire, just like Ronaldo because he's old, and maybe someone like David De Gea, aren't in Ten Hag's long-term plans. But he's like, I can do with them for a season. And maybe in the back of Ten Hag's mind, he's like, I'm going to, the next season I want to look to get those guys out as well, but I can only get a certain amount of players out this season. And that's maybe what Ten Hag wants to do. But at the same time, I don't think Ten Hag's really thinking about next season. I think he's thinking about this season. I think he might have that at the back of his mind, but I don't think Ten Hag's going to know he wants to sell next season until he does this season. Because at the end of the day, 2 months ago, Martial's Man United career was finished. He spent a couple of weeks training with Ten Hag. He's smiling. He wants to stay. He's scoring goals. He's playing great. Yeah, I know it's pre-season, but United look like a different side. They're all smiling. They're all happy to the United 2 months ago. I don't know what it will be like once the season gets going and we start losing some games, but I don't think you can really choose who leaves until the season is up. I think he can have ideas in the back of his head, but I do think it'd be weird to choose who leads. It's the manager bounce. Rashford and Martial have been rubbish for years. They are no Cole and York striker force, which was world class. I do miss Cole and York. I'll tell you this now. It could be the new manager bounce saying, and it could be pre-season. But I am going to be positive about Man United. I'm going to be ambitious that Ten Hag is going to get Manchester United back to their best saying. And I think if we get De Jong in and if we get Antony in, I think we'll get top 4. I think we will. And I'm trying to be positive. I've been so negative about Man United for so long that I'm trying to be positive. Big up saying for the super chat as well. I just need to know if we'll be forced to deal with McFred for the first time in ages. Someone will show balls and play midfield from our youth setup. This is an interesting comment here from DJ as well. Saying is Wenger in disguise, says Gab. But this is an interesting comment here. I can't wait for the meltdowns on AFTV. I really hope Arsenal lose some games so I can start watching AFTV. I barely watched them last season because Arsenal are winning. But Fred, what does McTominay and Fred's future hold at Manchester United, especially with Fred, a player that could be rumoured to leave Manchester United? Now, the fact that Ten Hag really wants Frankie de Jong, the fact that Man United are working this hard and Ten Hag is pushing this hard to get Frankie de Jong in makes me believe that, you know what, I don't really think McFred are in Ten Hag's long-term plans. Because we've lost Matic, because we've lost Pogba, and we haven't signed any new midfielders, we're going to have to use McFred next season because we physically don't have the depth. We will sign one midfielder, not two, and that'll be Frankie de Jong, or that will be a last-minute panic replacement when United go, oh, fucking shit, we fucked up Frankie de Jong, we are a banter club. I tell you what, saying if you want a meltdown, if we don't get de Jong, there will be a meltdown, I'll tell you that. But United, I don't think Ten Hag is pro McFred. Ollie sat on a McFred grave. Ollie would have died by McFred. I mean, literally, Ollie's last game, he decides, you know what, I'm going to get sacked unless I turn this around. He goes, you know what, McTominay, you're off, Donny's on. Donny, who Ollie shafted, almost saves Ollie's career, but then Maguire gets sent off and we lose 4-1 to Watford, and, the rest is history. I tell you what, Ollie swore by McFred. Ollie was like, nah, McFred will never be dropped. Ten Hag ain't Ollie. Okay? Ten Hag doesn't have many options in midfield, which is why he's playing McFred in pre-season. But Ten Hag is nothing like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ten Hag's made it clear to every Manchester United player, it doesn't matter who you are, if you underperform, you're dropped. If you're Jadon Sancho and you start slacking, you were dropped. If you were Ronaldo and you start slacking, you were dropped. Bruno Fernandes, you start slacking, I'll just play Eriksen. Donny, yeah, I work with you at Ajax, but if you're not good enough, I'll play Fred. Maguire, Erik ten Hag, and people got to remember this, went up to Harry Maguire. And Erik ten Hag said to Harry Maguire, I've given you the captain's armband because I'm going to put my confidence in you. I saw you play in the Euros. I've seen that you've been a good defender in the past. You were not good last season, but I have confidence in you to get back to your best, Harry Maguire. But he said, just because you've got the captain's armband, Harry Maguire, doesn't guarantee you start. Ten Hag said it down to Maguire, just because you're captain, you're not a guaranteed starter. He said, if you start underperforming, your captaincy's gone, you're not starting. And he said that to every United player. Donny van der Beek came out in an interview a week ago and said, obviously he's got a good relationship with Ten Hag, but he's not going to play him because he's got a good relationship. He's got to prove to Ten Hag he's got to start. Because Ten Hag is that kind of manager. Ten Hag publicly came out and said when he was asked about signing Lisandro Martinez that he thought the left side of Man United's defence was very vulnerable last season, aka talking about Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. Ten Hag in the back of his mind saw Maguire play last season, saw the left side of the defence, thought, okay, while Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw were brilliant in the Euros, and while Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw were brilliant the season before last, he saw they were crap last season, wanted to get a left back in, wanted to get left foot centre back in, but also he goes, if they get back to their best, we're in a good position, but I've fulfilled that. Ten Hag, number one priority, and Laurie Whitwell, really good journalist who gets inside information on Man United, has said Ten Hag's priority is to sort out the United midfield. The two vulnerabilities Ten Hag saw when rewatching Man United last season was the left side of defence, which is addressed in Martinez, and Malacia in the midfield. He's got Eriksen in because he wants a midfielder that can add that control, but it's the defensive side of midfield that Ten Hag thought was United's weakest point last season. And that's pretty much, I believe, what Laurie Whitwell had said. And that Erik Ten Hag's goal and aim is to get another midfielder in to Manchester United. I think if Ten Hag's plan was McFred, he wouldn't be going all out for Frankie de Jong. You know, I think while McFred are playing in pre-season because that's all we've got, Ten Hag has eyes. I think, big up DJ, but I think Ten Hag has eyes. The 15 minutes, and I think most of you guys watched the Crystal Palace game. The 15 minutes that Manchester United played versus Crystal Palace when McTominay came off and Donny went and played with the first team in the pivot from the 45th minute to the 65th minute, the 15-20 minute period where we scored 2 goals. Man United created 4 or 5 good goal scoring opportunities. The best football we played was when McTominay came off and Donny came in the pivot. And Ten Hag will see that. There was actually a Ten Hag training game today where I think it was Fred and Donny actually playing in the pivot, not McTominay. You know, Ten Hag said to Man United he wants 2 midfielders. He wants Frankie de Jong and a holding midfielder. Man United said to Ten Hag they won't be able to get him 2 midfielders in. But Ten Hag said Laurie Whitwell did this report that Ten Hag wanted de Jong, but he also wanted someone like Kante or maybe Alvarez to partner de Jong. Ten Hag's made it clear to United he wanted a left-sided centre-back. United said, oh, centre-back's not on our list. Ten Hag got United to change their mind and get him a centre-back. But Ten Hag's made it clear he wants 2 midfielders in. He's probably only going to get 1 in Frankie de Jong if he can actually get him. But Ten Hag watched us last season and he put down number 1 priority midfield and he put 2 midfielders down, not 1, 2. Because he doesn't want to go into next season over-reliant on McFred. McFred isn't the long-term plan under Ten Hag. We might see a bit of McFred next season under Ten Hag, and I really hope people don't start crying and whining and going Ten Hag out because he's playing McFred. He'll be playing McFred because he's not got many options. And also, I think, not that I think McFred will ever be good enough, but he will get the best out of McFred. I believe if there's a manager to get the best out of McFred, it's Ten Hag. And I think there's a good player in Fred. We saw it under Ragnick last season. There could be a good player in McTominay. When he's had a few good games. I think Fred and McTominay don't work together. Fred and Donny works really well. You never know. McTominay and de Jong could work really well. Not that I think it will, but I don't think the plan is McFred, and I don't think people need to be worrying about McFred. De Jong doesn't want to join. I get this comment every single live stream, and all I'm going to say about Frankie de Jong is, okay, de Jong is publicly saying he's refusing to leave Barcelona because he wants his wages. Privately, de Jong has told United he's open to joining. Privately, United wouldn't waste all this time on de Jong if he wasn't going to come. Okay. Oh, I've got a good question. Guys, shall I do another poll? Make sure you vote in the current poll, which I think is basically asking if you'd rather have de Jong or Antony. I'm going to do another poll for you guys because I know you guys really like the polls. So we're going to do another poll. We're going to end this poll, and I'm going to ask. Well, I forgot what I was going to ask you guys. I absolutely forgot what I was going to ask you guys. What was I going to ask you guys? Oh, who you want to play in the pivot? That is it, because Alice is a freaking idiot. Okay. Ideal pivot. Okay. Is it McFred? Okay. Or Donny and Fred? This might sound like a stupid question. Okay. This might sound like a stupid question. But because a lot of people see Donny as a more advanced player. A lot of people do. But I've got a call for you guys to let you know. Apparently, Núñez has scored for Liverpool. So Núñez is actually getting some goals. That's annoying. So I really wanted to do a bit of banter. I really wanted to do a bit of Núñez banter. Where is the CDM we were promised before the last season? Yeah, United's priority was the DM. The only reason we're not getting a DM is because Erik Ten Hag just doesn't want to turn down the chance to sign de Jong. De-join. Honestly, when de Jong joins, my video is going to be called "De-joined Finally." Honestly. Alice, what percentage do you want de Jong coming? I'm still 90% Gaz on de Jong coming to United. I just don't think we'd waste all this time on de Jong for him not to come. I know we're idiots, but I just don't think we waste all that time on de Jong not to come. As Gaz says, we're 99 likes away from 300 likes, so please do hit that like button. I'm quite behind on some of the chats here, so I do apologise as well. Ultimately, it's all about the board. Erik Ten Hag's basically being forced to work with whatever we have. This is a very smart chat here, because I am thinking about Man United. I think Erik Ten Hag is an absolutely fantastic coach. I think Erik Ten Hag is a brilliant coach, and he's sort of everything that Manchester United need. And I think Erik ten Hag has everything to succeed. I'm seeing the way Erik ten Hag's playing, and we're seeing attractive attacking football from Manchester United. I mean, the football we're seeing from Erik ten Hag is absolutely beautiful, attractive attacking football. I have no complaints at all in the football that I'm seeing from Erik ten Hag this season. Like, I'm really happy with it. I really, really like ten Hag and you know, all of that, obviously. But I just think ten Hag is working with these United players in pre-season. The only person that's new that's coming in pre-season is Malacia, and he's got our most awful side ever from last season, who were absolutely shambles last season, playing well and playing good football. And I look at that and I go, well, that's a massive positive. He's got the shambles side, playing well and playing good football. I really believe ten Hag will succeed at Man United. But then I look at our board. I mean, what are we doing with fucking De Jong? We're letting him get on that plane to Barcelona because we're mugs. Then I look at our owners, they're rat-tail pricks. And I think, well, he needs to be backed. We've got a brilliant manager in here. We've got a manager that's honestly working miracles in pre-season. Pre-season or not, he's working fucking miracles. Because look at us last season. We need to give him some money. We need to back him. And watch people saying Bruno, Garner and Van der Beek ideal midfield. This guy's really anti-midfield. I really want to see Garner play in pre-season. I really want to see Garner play in pre-season, but the problem is he's just been injured as well. What about Sagadou on a free? Dortmund centre back. I don't want injury-prone players. That's the whole thing. Bailly's injury-prone. I'm fed up with injury-prone players as well. Tielemans to United. I don't know what's happening with Tielemans to United. I think we're only going for Tielemans to be bottled De Jong, but I think United are generally going to wait out Frankie De Jong until August, which, look, isn't the ideal situation. I mean, look. Okay, one more. Should we do one more poll? We'll do one more poll. Okay. I'm going to ask you guys another question, and that question I'm going to ask you guys is let me end the poll. Look at the poll. 95% of you would play Donny and Fred over McFred. With the other 5% saying then. Let me end the poll. Okay. The last question. What was the last question going to be? My head is gone. I was going to ask another question, wasn't I? And my head is absolutely gone. I can't remember what I was going to ask. If you can remember what I was going to ask, let you know. Because my head is absolutely gone. I've actually forgot what I was talking about as well. I feel like I was talking about Man United news. This girl just cannot remember what she was saying. I think I was saying Garner and Garnacho have to play. I agree. I really want to see them involved. It depends if they're fit or not as well. Big up everybody in the chat. Please do hit that like button if you have not already, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, because I will be live for the pre-season match against Aston Villa on Sunday. I will be doing a lot more live streams and stuff as well. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to ask. Okay, I want your thoughts on De Jong to Manchester United. Okay, De Jong. Look for someone else. Wait it out. This is the most interesting question I'm going to ask. What would you do in De Jong? What would you do with De Jong to United? That's my question. I'll put it in the poll. Would you wait it out, or would you be like, no, you know what? Let's go for someone else. Let me know what you do down below as well. But keep smashing that like button. Please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you're new. I actually want to get into a few other stories while you vote on the poll and all of that. So, Antony to Manchester United. What is the news with Antony to Manchester United? Right now, it's come out from Rob that Manchester United are planning a new bid for Antony. That Manchester United could be putting in their first bid for Antony. The Antony to Manchester United news is really heated up lately, and it's there's a chance of it. I'm still not 100% sure if United will get Antony. I still think the price tag is crazy. But what I do think is interesting regarding Antony to Manchester United, of course, is the fact that the price tag seems to have lowered. It's gone from 70 million to maybe 55 million to get Antony, and 70 million was taking the piss. 55 million, I think, is somewhat affordable. So I don't know how you feel about that, but I do think there's the Antony chance is increasing. The more Antony's pushing for this move, the fact that United are still in for Antony, and the fact that his price tag is lowering, and the fact that Ronaldo's future is so unsure, I think the chances of Antony do increase. But again, I really can't understand Ajax selling Antony to us. Honestly, I don't think Ajax will want to sell Antony. They've sold so many players. I can't understand Ajax wanting to sell Antony to us. But, will they turn down 50 million for a player like Antony? That is the interesting thing. So I did a video earlier today, actually, that you should check out, which was more of like a inside look inside Ten Hag's training sessions and all of that. And, there's lots of videos going around Twitter, lots of videos going around the internet of sort of Ten Hag shouting at Manchester United players. And, there's obviously a lot of training pictures coming out, obviously, with Ten Hag here. The Man United players obviously doing a lot of hard work on pre-season. There's a lot of videos coming out of the Man United players training. Zidane, Iqbal. Obviously, we've got Martial doing a bit of skill here. Varane. There's been lots coming out, but reportedly Manchester United did do a little training match today, an 11v11 training match, where apparently Martial again looked absolutely fantastic, and they actually had a little bit of an audience to watch this match as well. I'll see if I can find footage of it, but I can't find it. This is it. This is the training match. Let me know if it lags. But this is obviously Manchester United in training. I don't know if this is laggy or works. But obviously here's Martial. Lace it back. Goal. I don't know if that was laggy. I don't know if that came through well. But there's lots of training footage of the Manchester United front three that have been linking up really, really well on pre-season as well. Not just in games, but those training games. That's the front four, same front four, linking up again and again and again. Jesse Lingard to Forest, wow, it's already done. I'm assuming that it was laggy. It's really annoying. It doesn't let me play videos on this because it's laggy. But what I will do is, if you follow me on Twitter, I will retweet it. Just because I think it's a good video. But we'll just put a video of Martial. We'll just put a picture up of Martial smiling, because who doesn't want to see Martial smiling? Video is as laggy as Maguire running back to try and defend. News on Ronaldo. So I'm just getting to the news on Ronaldo again. For those who have joined, I'm going to read out everything we've been told about Ronaldo today. J. Felix Diaz has said that Manchester United are beginning to think that there's no other solution than to say goodbye to Cristiano Ronaldo. However, contrary to the reports that there's been nothing between Ronaldo and Florentino Perez, Real's roadmap does not involve his return. Basically saying that Ronaldo is not going to stay at United. Man United believe that Ronaldo won't stay. However, Ronaldo won't go to Real Madrid. Ben Jacobs said that George Mendes is letting clubs know that Ronaldo will take a 30% pay cut to get out of Man United. It seems that Ronaldo right now is just a bit desperate to get out of Man United. It was also said by L'Equipe that Cristiano Ronaldo will either move to Atletico Madrid or stay at United. The latter is unlikely because of how George Mendes would interpret having been unable to find his client a Champions League club. People are saying that George Mendes, as an agent, he has to find Ronaldo a club. It looks shit on George Mendes. And they're saying that actually, it's come out today that actually it's more Ronaldo's most likely destination could be staying at Atletico Madrid, which is kind of crazy. It's also been said that Manchester United are beginning to think there's no other solution than to say bye to Cristiano Ronaldo. But it has been reported by Ben Jacobs that no club is currently close to signing Ronaldo. However, no one's been challenging Man United's stance that he's not for sale. Erik ten Hag remains hopeful that having some talks with Ronaldo will clear the air. So that's sort of what's come out on Ronaldo. That is the Ronaldo news and all that. And it seems that, Erik ten Hag's getting annoyed with Ronaldo. He wants to have some conversations with Ronaldo to clear the air. But it seems that Ronaldo doesn't really have any interest in coming back to Manchester United as well. We're 40 likes away from 300 likes, guys. So keep smashing that like button as well. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. I will be doing a watch along for the Villa game on Saturday. There is a short video coming out tomorrow, and there is a live stream coming out tomorrow. So big up everybody on that. And Ronaldo, just play for $1 a week and show it isn't about money and donate his wages to charity. Well, I don't think it is about money. Ronaldo had that mad offer to go to Saudi Arabia. You've got to remember, he's got a mad offer. I'm thinking like 10 times what he earns now to go to Saudi Arabia, and he's not looking at it. One, maybe because he's got young kids. He doesn't want to raise a family in Saudi Arabia. Maybe his family doesn't want to go there. And two, it's a shit league. Like maybe, there's lots of things. But he was offered so much money to go to Saudi Arabia. He said no. A crazy amount of money. No, he's not going to get anywhere that money elsewhere. He said no. Okay, and apparently he's willing to take a wage cut to pay for a Champions League club. I generally think he just wants Champions League football, because Messi could overtake his Champions League goal tally, because Messi's not that far behind. And maybe that's a big thing for Ronaldo. He wants to be the king of the Champions League, not Messi. No one remembers second place, eh? I think that's what it is, that Ronaldo wants Champions League football. Can't wait to watch Paul Pogba at Juventus. It'll be interesting to see how Paul Pogba does at Juventus and if he slots back in as well. It's not like Ronaldo's put the transfer because he has 1 year left. He will score goals. He can leave next year on a free. That's what United are hoping the case is. But I think if a player wants to leave and they've made it clear they want to leave, there's no point keeping them. As much as I like Ronaldo and as much as I'd like him to stay as well, the Saudis offered him over 100 million a year. It's not about money. It's about legacy. Exactly. I mean, look. Obviously, when you've made as much money as Ronaldo, do you need any more money? You can see it like that. But the amount of money he was offered by the Saudis as well. I mean, you just can't. Like, he's turned down so much money. It's generally about his legacy. I generally believe with Ronaldo, it's about his legacy. And the Frankie de Jong saga is reportedly coming to an end, and that Manchester United want to get it wrapped up in July. Believe it when I fucking see it. It's my fucking thought process with the Frankie de Jong saga. Honestly, the whole Frankie de Jong situation, guys, is absolutely doing my head in. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to hear one more story about Frankie de Jong unless it's, oh my God, he's agreed personal terms, the deal is happening. Because I tell you what, we're being reported that when United now want to get the de Jong saga done in July, we all know it's going to drag into August as well. Honestly, I want to show you this story, actually. I forgot to read this out earlier when I was talking about Harry Maguire, but big up everybody in the chat as well. But this it. Maguire is the most prominent name who's expected to be available for transfer after a thoroughly disappointing 2021 season. Fred is one of those players the club feel they can get a return on, while Martial is another who's set to be allowed to leave next season. So this is an interesting report coming out about Manchester United's plans to sell Maguire next season, and they think he'll be the most prominent outgoing next season. He will stay this season as well. Ronaldo will go Roma, absolutely doubt it as well. Frankie de Jong, give up on him, boring as hell. I mean, yeah, make sure you vote on the Frankie de Jong poll. Do we stick with him? Do we just go, no, cannot be bothered to deal with Frankie de Jong, blah, 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 blah. Ronaldo is better than Messi. Big up. Ronaldo, you go smash that like button. And I just think that Ronaldo just doesn't want to ruin his legacy. I don't blame him, to be fair. Like, I can't be mad at all. I cannot be mad at all Ronaldo wanted to leave Man United, because did you see the state of us last season? The players were so awful to him. Like, his teammates were little shits to him. They didn't try. They ignored him. They did bitchy dressing room reports about Ronaldo. A lot of the players didn't want Ronaldo there. He would be on the pitch and they weren't trying. And Man United humiliated Ronaldo last season. He's a player with his pride. He's a player with his ego. And United sit there and they're like, Ronaldo sits there and he's like, well, I don't want to stay at United. And can you blame him? Apparently, Facundo Pellistri will go out on loan because he wants the starting slot in the World Cup for Uruguay, and he won't get that at United as well. So that seems why Facundo Pellistri is more likely to go out on loan, which is probably explaining why we haven't seen Facundo Pellistri since that first game of pre-season, even though he's been very, very good. But look, I understand every single reason of why Ronaldo wants to leave United as well. Apparently, Zayn is a secret Spurs fan. I've heard that as well. Wouldn't surprise me if this is all planned between United, De Jong, and Barcelona, says Nick. That's interesting. Do you think that United Barcelona have actually agreed a deal for De Jong? Barcelona have sold De Jong to United. United just need to agree personal terms with De Jong to get it done. Barcelona and United have done all this behind De Jong's back, but maybe there's a secret agreement between maybe De Jong and Man United that De Jong will come. He's just playing it out to see if he can get his wages. Because I think United are very confident they're going to get De Jong, despite the stance, despite De Jong not wanting to leave. That Man United must have been told something privately by De Jong about indications of him staying as well. Ammon and Pellistri are definitely two for the future, but they could both do with loans. You're absolutely spot on with Daniel. I think they could do with loans. Ajax just signed an Antony replacement. This is the interesting thing. This could indicate Antony going. Let me get this up for you guys. So let me go to Romano's latest tweet. Okay. Official. Ajax have signed Francisco Con. I ain't gonna try this. I need to play FIFA again. I used to know how to pronounce all the names, but then I stopped playing FIFA, so my ball knowledge went down as well. But I don't know anything about this player that Ajax have signed. I could not tell you anything about this player Ajax have signed, but he's an attacker. So I'm going to quote tweet this and go. Now they can Antony replacement. I'll do that. Look at this. Could this be an Antony replacement? Could this hint that Antony is out the door? Here we go. Here's that lovely tweet of mine. Could this be a hint that Antony's now out the door? Because we're talking about Antony in today's video. We're talking about United preparing their first bid for Antony. And we're also talking about Ajax lowering the price of Antony from 70 million to 55 million, which came out from TalkSport. Alex Cook of TalkSport. Now, Antony for 50 million is realistic. Antony wants to come to United. Antony is desperate to come to United. Antony could very easily be pushing a move to United, which could lower the price and force Ajax to sell him. I don't think Ajax want to sell Antony, but the fact that they're signing 2 attackers, maybe they could be ready to replace Antony. Maybe that's their thought process as well. Honestly, Guna here, but defo move from Frankie de Jong. In my opinion, Tielemans and Neves available far cheaper. Tielemans says Neves is going to be overpriced. I'm at the point where we should move on for Frankie de Jong because I'm fed up, but I just think we're too far deep in it that if we lose Frankie de Jong now, I think our whole transfer window is reliant on de Jong. If de Jong's here, it's a success. If de Jong's not here, it's not successful. But Antony's not a number 9. If Ronaldo leaves, we need Scamacca. Spot on. Now, more likely that Ronaldo's going to leave. Ajax bringing in attackers that could replace Antony. Antony's price being lowered. Manchester United still in for Antony despite reports. Man United knew Antony's new price tag a month ago, but they're still interested in him, which shows a genuine interest in Antony. Antony wants to come to United. There is strong indications that Antony could be coming to United, and I do think it's one to keep an eye out on. I was very, this time a week ago, if someone said to me, will Antony come to United? This time a week ago, I'd say, no chance, we won't see Antony at Man United. It's not going to happen. I generally would have said that a week ago. Couldn't see Antony coming to Manchester United. However, now, with the more news articles coming out, and the more indications of Ronaldo leaving, and the more indications of Ajax signing players, and Antony's price tag's been lowered, and Antony pushing for the move, there's a chance for it to happen. Guys, also, I just want to throw this out. We are 6 subscribers away from 42.2k. We're on 42,194 subscribers. So please do subscribe down below if you're new. We've got nearly 700 people watching, and I'm literally 6 subscribers away from my goal of 42.2k. It's if you're new, subscribe, because I will be live tomorrow with another transfer news update, and I will be live Saturday with a watch along for United versus Villa, and it's free to subscribe, costs nothing. But yeah, the club is fucked. What a mess, heartbreaking to see. I mean, look, the club's been a mess for years, mate, as well. If Ronaldo doesn't want to return, wouldn't that hamper Martial? Wouldn't that hamper Martial's match time? I think Ronaldo will return for a new season. I do think with Martial playing so well, could Ronaldo disrupt that? But I think Ten Hag rewards people on form, not stature. And I think he would start the season with Martial, and that actually Ronaldo might actually have to fight for his place as well. But big up everybody subscribing. I won't end the live stream till we hit the goal. I'll tell you that now. We are 4 subscribers away from 42.2k. So please do click that subscribe button. Let's see if we can hit 42.2k as well. And Man U will finish second and shock everyone. I doubt it. I think it's 4th or 5th. I think we'll finish above Arsenal. I don't know how Spurs are going to do next season. I feel they could crumble, but at the same time, Conte is a great manager. I think City will walk away with the league. I think Liverpool will be second. I think it's between Spurs and Chelsea for 3rd and 4th. I think United will be 5th. But I think if we get de Jong in, and Antony, I think we can push for top 4. People might call me deluded. People might call me an idiot. But I think if United get de Jong and Antony, they could generally push for top 4. Guys, we're 2 subscribers away from 42.2k. We're on 42,198 subscribers. And I will say, I'm going to end the live stream in a second. But I will look at that. Look at how Barca treat their players, but it does not stop players. Going. How are they getting away with it? Honestly, I tell you this now. Actually, I did want to say this in my stream. Do you think Frankie de Jong really wants to stay at Barcelona with the way they're treating him, or do you think Frankie de Jong's refusing to leave because he wants his money? It's the second option for me as well. Let's hit 350 likes. I just want to say, big up everybody who's tuned in today's live stream. Smash that like button if you haven't already. And that we are now 1 subscriber away from 42.2k. We're on 42,199 subscribers. So as I end the live stream, if someone wants to click that subscribe button, it'd be really appreciated so we can hit our goal. But I'm going to wrap up today's live stream. United in talks with Depay. United preparing a first Antony bid reportedly, and that Maguire could potentially leave Man United next season. All interesting news coming out. So make sure you smash a like on the way out. Make sure you subscribe down below if you're new. Thank you everybody for watching. See you next time. And